Welcome back to Dialogue Tree, Season 2. This is episode 28. I am Matthew Peterson, and as always, I am joined by the illustrious Daniel, Lady Dimitrescu Padilla.
Hola, amigo!
What's up, Daniel?
Dude, can I just say, when you told... Can I just say... Can I just say that when you started, when you said, all right, here we go. I anticipated to hear the Dialogue Tree theme song before you started talking.
You're like Pavlovian conditioned.
Yeah. It started playing in my brain before you started talking. I anticipated to hear it.
That's funny.
Owen's been unfortunately inconsistent to keeping up with his contractual obligations to send memes to the group chat while we were recording. So
yeah, we've outsourced it to Indonesia, possibly England, depending. It's recorded, but Cheyenne's got us covered. Two dudes in a I think they're in a green screen field, and it's like a very deep fried image. And this friendship is never end, and they're kind of like doing a pose.
Yeah, right. One of the dudes fucking fuck. What's the word that I'm looking for? Like fraternally leading onto the other guy.
Yeah, and the other one's just like not looking at the camera and pointing.
Right. Yeah, and then the other one's like a tweet from the New York Post.
Another one.
Yeah, the other one's like a tweet from a tweet from the New York Post that says some bullshit. Son creates sexy OnlyFans account for his mom, and now he wants a cut. And I guess the implication, because there's two images, and one of them I guess is like the image of the son and his mom, and then the other one is like a lady spraying herself with, I guess, the disinfectant, as in like, what did I just read kind of deal.
Oh, I thought it was just the mom like posing for a picture, and she's putting on the suntan lotion.
Oh, you're right. I'm a fucking idiot. Why would I? You're right. Okay, so I was just looking at the thumbnail, so I couldn't quite get it. It just looks very weird. What kind of product does one spray on one's face?
Yeah, you shouldn't. I never spray suntan lotion like into my eyes, dude.
Yeah.
I just put it on my hands.
Yeah, right.
So I wanted to talk about this. I already texted you when it happened, but I wanted to talk about it again.
Oh, dude, yes.
All right, since it sounds like you know what I'm going to say. I went to the gym in the afternoon. There wasn't really anyone there. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll go to the gym. You know, I already got my first shot. And I was on the machine, and they have like TVs there, right? And I look up, and there's 2.5 men. And of course, 2.5 men like sucks. But I just like see, I see in this shot that there's he's holding an Xbox, and on like the wall next to him is just a copy of Blinks the Time Sweeper. And that just like really struck a chord with me, that like this shitty Xbox game that I used to own as a kid in 2.5 Men, and now it's ancient history.
No fucking way.
I played that when I was like, probably 6 or something. I don't know. Yeah. It was really weird seeing it in something so old.
Yeah, especially because it's, I don't know. I feel like I'd never really heard about Blinks until just like a couple of years ago, even though like it was the like mascot platformer for the Xbox, wasn't it? That's like the idea.
I guess, yeah. I guess you're right.
So it's just, I don't know. It's funny that game of all, you know what I mean? Like back then, I don't know, like fucking Halo was hot for the Xbox.
Halo was in there too, yeah.
Yeah, like so many other games that were, I would imagine, much hotter than Blinks ever was. And it's funny that Blinks, of all things, made it into that shot,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it's kind of funny like that.
I don't think they were paid.
No, right. Right. Still, though, you know what I mean? Like,
and of course, the volume's not on. They have closed captioning because the gym's playing like shitty music all day. And there was like a State Farm commercial. And I guess they were doing one of those special reports where they just they cut the audio, and because it's so important, they just cut whatever's going on, and the announcer tells you what's happening. I'm watching this State Farm commercial, and I'm like, this is a fucked up State Farm commercial, because the dude is the closed caption is saying stuff like the bus has been hijacked and there's school children at gunpoint. Right, and I'm like, oh my god, this is a fucked up State Farm commercial. Right?
Yeah.
And then they finally cut, and it's just the news, and they're just showing, the helicopter following this guy who stole a school bus.
So that wasn't part of the commercial. I'm just confused.
No, that was just like a special report that they had overlaid over the commercial.
Oh, what the hell, dude? That is wild.
I thought it was.
Yeah, right. Holy shit, that is wild. Do you know like 2.5 Men?
No, I don't watch sitcoms or TV really. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever watched a full episode.
It's not that. I mean, sure, like in the grand scheme of things, it's like wildly insensitive, wildly sexist, wildly offensive. But like, if you take it for what it is, it can be really, like Charlie Sheen's like sense of humor and sarcasm and irony and just like self-deprecation. You know what I mean? It can be
Mm.
really funny, man. First few seasons, I think, are genuinely good, just because Charlie Sheen's an asshole and then Alan's just like an idiot and whatever, and then like the kid is just like so innocent. It works, you know what I mean? It works for like a decent comedy. Again, yeah, like weirdly like multi-angle laugh track sitcoms have gone like weird connotation over the last few years, right? I
Yeah,
feel like they've kind of like fallen out of favor with like the general TV watching population.
definitely.
Like yeah, like every big like on I see like memes and like tweets about people just shitting on like literally every like big laugh track sitcom of the last like couple decades. Like people shit on Two and a Half Men. People shit on fucking The Big Bang. People shit on Friends, dude. You know what I mean? Which like whatever. Like I understand what if you don't like it, that's like cool. But like I don't know. I think they're not mastered TV by any stretch of the imagination. But like I think like a show like Friends, sure, there's like things that haven't aged well, of course, because it happens with like every piece of media probably. But like I think it's a perfectly pleasant show. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't necessarily say it's like fucking like garbage.
I just haven't watched it. I certainly didn't want to watch it with no audio.
You're right.
Just read the transcript for Two and a Half Men.
Yeah, right.
Then how would I know when to laugh, Daniel?
Without the laugh track. You're right. You're right, dude. No, but I remember you telling me about this, which is fucked up. Let me just say that, right?
Mhm.
But I also, before you started talking about the Blinks thing in Two and a Half Men, I thought you were going to talk about the robot at the supermarket.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah, I saw it this week.
Yeah, what's the deal? You want to tell listeners
I
about
mean,
it?
I've talked about the robot before, I think, but
Right,
it's
right.
just to summarize, it's just a tower on wheels, I guess. And
It's
it's
like a rook on wheels. Yeah.
yeah, and it's supposed to sort of automatically sweep the area and detect spills so they can clean them up. But it always just gets stuck. It does nothing. So today there was a spill. There was pickle juice everywhere in one of the aisles because someone dropped a bottle of pickles and there was like broken glass and shit. It was like a swamp, and the robot wasn't there. And then I was like, oh, I guess it's off today or whatever. And then I found it, and it was just like stuck in between the two sides of one of the self checkout aisles, like going back and forth like, into the walls. You know what I mean? Like you parallel parked your car in an alley and you're trying to get out.
Oh my god, man! I thought it was just like standing still. I didn't know it was like moving around like an idiot.
Couldn't get anywhere.
Fuck, man! Like, what is the purpose of this fucking? You would imagine. I don't know. Like, whatever. Like, I understand like the novelty of it, but like, it also isn't really like a robot that looks cool, as you said. As far as I've seen in the
No.
pictures, literally just like a fucking like an obelisk, right?
Yeah.
Like a plain ass fucking and it doesn't even have the googly eyes anymore, which made it a little bit like more charming before.
Oh, sometimes they have googly eyes, yeah.
But like, yeah, you said that this time around it didn't even have it, and then it was just like fucking being a fucking idiot, like getting stuck between two walls
Yeah.
or whatever. So like, what even is the purpose? Like, how come people haven't like realized that the novelty of having a dumbass robot like just wore off? Like, I'm sure people get like annoyed by it. If it,
Yeah, I don't know.
if
I guess though you like paid $50,000 or whatever, and you had them come in and install the robot charging station in the supermarket, and I don't.
yeah, so you might
It
as well just
seems
have it out there, I guess.
it doesn't do much harm. It just doesn't do much good either.
But is there? Do you? So you might not have the answer to this question. Do you?
Yeah.
Like, has it been disclosed how much that robot fucking costs ever?
You could probably check. I just feel like it's a lot
Okay.
of money because
Right.
they only have one.
I guess I'm just thinking here because like it seems functionally, it seems to do what like a Roomba is set out to be doing, right? Kind of. And like
Yeah.
Roombas can't be that expensive. I guess it's just my guess.
No, but it also is supposed to alert the customers and the staff to where the messes are. Not that that
Right.
happens.
Right.
Cost. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, right.
$35,000,
Suck my nuts, man. That's wild, dude. Shit, dude.
and it takes electricity too, of course.
Right. Because like to charge it and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. God damn, man.
So much money.
I guess it's like the conundrum that soccer teams face when they like spend the millions upon hundreds of millions of dollars to like acquire a player from like another team, and then he hasn't been performing well, but like
Mhm.
they spend so much money on him that they just like play him regardless.
Or just store policy is that you guys have to have this,
Right.
and it's like it's not worth getting audited and like everyone losing their jobs to not have the robot. You know what I mean?
Right. God damn, man. Well, yeah, so Owen has
Oh,
decided to
thanks,
like
Owen.
show up. He's actually sent some very nice images. One is like a screenshot of like a face analyzing sort of app or whatever. So it's a hand holding some kind of frog. And there's like a square around the frog's face because I guess his face is getting analyzed, and it says cat underneath it. Just funny because like it's clearly not a cat, right?
And then the other one's just a dude on a horse at the McDonald's drive-through.
Dude, so that shit's legal, but me walking through the drive-through to get like a fucking burger at midnight is not legal.
I don't think this should be allowed either, but they just are like, this guy's got a horse. We better listen to it. Like this guy's badass.
I guess it's very imposing, huh?
Yeah.
Um,
What is up with you, Daniel? I know you have finals, which sucks, but you got anything else going on?
yeah, no, it's dude, it's honestly fine. My finals aren't really finals. They're just like assignments that I didn't turn in on time because like I had a bunch of shit going on, and like I
Right.
was just like really, I don't know, like I was being really irresponsible with them just because I was like really anxious about them. And so I just kind of like screwed myself over into like doing them in the last couple of days, which is fine, right? They'll get done and they're not horrible. They're like inevitably a little rushed, right? Because I am writing them as fast as I can, but
Mhm.
like they're also not horrible. I also just kind of want to get some grade from them, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So it shouldn't be horrible. I just have like the one big, not even big paper, like the paper that I submitted last night came out to be like at around 15, 16 pages. The one that I have left to do, as far as I understand, people have like submitted it at like 5, 6 pages. So like as long as
Mhm.
I can put 5, 6 pages, I'm cool. And so my professor, I emailed my professor to give him like an update how I'm doing with these late papers, and I told him that I'm working on them and that I anticipate being done by like Tuesday. He said cool because he expects to have like grades submitted by Wednesday. So
Oh
like
my god. That's
yeah,
fast.
so like in some capacity or another, I'm gonna be done by Tuesday night. And so
Yeah.
that's just what's keeping me going, you know?
Yeah, you're good or bad.
Yeah, right. No, but beyond that, dog, fucking I guess yet another segment where Daniel Padilla talks about Weezer. Weezer released a new album on Friday. It's an album that they'd announced way back in like 2019 even, I think, but
I
because
didn't know
COVID
that.
yeah, way back in 2019, but because like COVID happened and whatever, because I think they were gonna do a big tour with Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco and
Mm,
whatever for this album, but because COVID hit and everything, they inevitably delayed the tour, and in turn they also like delayed the release of the album.
that's kind of
Dude,
weird because the album's done, right?
yeah, I guess I don't know how much of it they completed it beforehand.
Okay.
I guess I don't really
You would
know.
just think if they were going on tour, you'd have to finish the album before you did that, right? Because
Right.
you're on the road.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I don't really know how much work had been done onto this prior to like, I don't know, pandemic breaking out. But it had been announced, right? It had been announced with like a title for the album and everything. I think even like the artwork had been like released and everything.
Mm,
Anyway, it was officially released this past Friday, and let me tell you, dog, it's fucking fantastic. You know Weezer, right? Like Weezer is, of course, like it's become like a weird poppy meme band,
yeah.
whatever. Um, but I think it's fucking fantastic, man, in the sense that like there isn't a song nearly as memorable as like "Say It Ain't So" or anything by any means, but like so the whole gimmick of the album is to like be a throwback to like 80s poppy anthemy rock. If you know what I mean, like fucking like Kiss type deal,
Yeah.
that kind of deal. And like it accomplishes that, right? Like I listened to the album and like it reminds me of when I used to have my car in Worcester back in 2018, and I would go on like drives on like Saturday mornings when like summer weather was just starting to kick in, and like Saturday mornings would be like still kind of cool. Like temperatures would hit like in the morning, temperatures would hit like high 60s, low 70s, and like skies would be really blue and really sunny, and I would just like drive to get breakfast and then to get groceries all the way to Trader Joe's. And the thing is that I would, because my car only took CDs and I only had like a couple of CDs with me when I was in Worcester that year. Like I wasn't just about to like listen to the same fucking two CDs over and over again. So I used to like play the radio a lot, and I would always play WROR, which is like the classic rock station. And they would play that kind of music, right? Like poppy, anthemy, 80s rock. And so like I listened to this album and it takes me right back to like that sort of place where I was in my life back then.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like super wholesome, super like rocky, you know what I mean? But it also has that like tinge of like trademark Weezer sort of humor and sadness and nostalgia. I don't know. I'm having a fantastic time with it. It's like a short and sweet album. It's like 30 minutes long. And I really genuinely like it, man. You know, it's again, it doesn't have like that one single that you like be fucking like humming, you know, it doesn't have the like earworm type single, and in the sense in maybe how like you would consider Say It Ain't So is, but like it's such a short and sweet album that like it's easy to just like listen through it. You know what I mean? Like when I walk to like get food at the dining hall, I'll just like pop it on and like walk to it and just like feel good about it, you know?
What's it called?
It's called Van Weezer,
Oh, okay.
as in like Van Halen, I guess, because that's like what they're trying to go for. You know,
That
that
just
throwback to.
it just makes it sound like specifically a Van Halen tribute, though, which you make it sound like it's not.
Yeah, not necessarily. I think it's like a tribute to like the general sort of sound
But
of
I
the
guess
time.
I guess Van Halen died, so
Mm.
maybe
Oh
that's why.
shit, you're right. I totally forgotten about that. Highly recommend. It's on Spotify and everywhere you get music. So
Anywhere. Anyone still using LimeWire?
right. You probably should stop doing that.
Yeah, there's so much better options.
Yeah, that won't like fry your computer.
Dude, if you're still using LimeWire on the same PC since middle school or whenever you started using that PC is diseased.
But it's
For
also
sure.
it's also impressive that it still be running, I guess.
Yeah,
You know.
that you can even turn it on.
Dude, VH1 shows hours upon hours upon hours of the Fresh Prince every morning, man.
Really?
Yeah, like I'll wake up at around, you know, on a regular weekday, I'll wake up at around fucking, I don't know, like 8:30, and I'll switch VH1 on and it'll play the Fresh Prince up. The Fresh Prince will already be playing and it'll play up until like noon, I
That's
think.
odd, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's a perfectly pleasant show to like have playing in the background while I do like
Sure,
my
yeah.
morning routine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just when I do like my coffee and shower and whatever. When I just like switch to the couch to like sleep some more. You know? Yeah, it's nice to just keep that shit playing.
uh I was watching Yu Yu Hakusho
Oh
mostly
hell
because
yeah,
you said it was good, and
yeah,
Owen also seems to like it, and yeah, you were like, yeah, this show is just really cool, and I think that's a good way to describe it. You know, there's nothing like deep
right.
or crazy innovative happening in it, but it just is like cool to watch. You know, it's like actiony and like
Right.
kind of manly and just like a weird 90s vibe, I guess.
Yeah. What's the there's like a specific genre, like a specific name for that kind of like
It's
just like.
probably shonen.
Right. I just wanted to remember what the word is shonen. Yeah, I don't know. I remember, and the thing about it, right? Like, it wasn't sure they showed it on Cartoon Network, but like, it never really like had the fame that like something like Dragon Ball or like
Mhm.
Knights of the Zodiac used to have at home. Like, it just started like out of nowhere. They just brought it over, and like, it just really clicked with everyone. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to watch Dragon Ball really anymore, but I like watching Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, right. That's what's weird about it, right? Because even like over the last few years, I've attempted to like get back into Dragon Ball to like kind of watch it over again, but
Mhm.
like there's just so much fucking filler. I guess that's the thing about Yu Yu Hakusho. I don't remember there being a whole ton of filler in that. At least not in like whatever they were broadcasting at
Not
home. You know,
really, no. Not even
right?
the fights or anything really.
Yeah. It just goes like right to the point, and that's the thing. Like I don't even remember the show being that long, precisely probably because there isn't a lot of filler.
It's
But
not what I
yeah,
expected either, the plot to be, even after kind of reading the episode summary description.
how so?
Just at the beginning, he's dead. So it's just
Oh,
about
right.
he's just watching other people do stuff, you
Oh,
know.
right, but before like the shit actually like kicks in. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right, right, right.
He's like watching. He has like a oh, what's the movie? It's a Wonderful Life or whatever. He's like, "Oh, my friends do care about me." And I'm like, "It's better if I'm alive." and he like
Right.
decides he's gonna decide to come back to life, and
Right.
then
Right.
it's
Right.
like him like talking to people in dreams and being like, "Help me get back to life," and then he's just watching them go to school and stuff.
And I thought it was funny because apparently like the rival schools, it's like a trope with anime, which like I guess I haven't watched enough anime to like notice it, but like I watch a lot of YouTube people talk about anime from time to time and whatever. And yesterday, I think I saw a meme somewhere. The kind of meme where like you have one tiny character looking like a bigger,
Yeah.
muscular, like in decked out in like huge armor character, whatever. And so like in the meme was like the smaller character was the government, and then the bigger, muscular, decked out in like armor, or whatever, is like rival school gangs or whatever the hell in Japan.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what this show is for like the first couple of episodes, as far as I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I intend to get back into it as soon as because you've been talking about it. I'm kind of like craving to just like kind of like hop back into it because I haven't
Yeah.
seen it in like fucking decades. I'd like to jump back into it as soon as I'm done with school.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. How far into it are you think? The episodes?
Probably 8 or 9 episodes. I can't remember the number.
Where the hell are you watching it?
I'm just watching it on internet.
Yeah, right. One of those sites.
Internet.
Yeah. You're watching it in Japanese?
Yeah, I am. I'm watching it somewhere I can get subtitles, which is like a little
Yeah.
harder to find. Like Japanese subtitles, I mean.
Oh shit, so you can like read it in Japanese.
Yeah, because I can't. It's like 90s voice acting, and I don't have a great ear for that right now. Like,
No, of
it's
course.
much easier.
When you said subtitles, I guess I just imagined you were reading English subtitles.
Yeah, that's why I corrected it at first, because I feel like I feel like all sites have it at least subbed
Yeah,
in English.
yeah.
But to
Right,
find
right,
it subbed in Japanese, you either have to go on a Japanese website or like find a
Right.
very specific site.
Now you've been keeping up with it. You've been able to like decently keep up with it and everything.
Yeah, it's very,
Right.
I don't know if it's for kids, but it's very easy to understand,
Yeah, it's not like terribly deep, and like the themes that they talk about aren't like fucking. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the things Yusuke is just like, yeah, you asshole, let's fight or whatever.
Right.
Like that's most of what he says.
Right. Of course. Dude, I attempted watching Shirokuma Cafe on Crunchyroll. It's cool that it works and everything. The problem is that, right? That like for me to keep up with it, I had to like be reading the subtitles. So like that's the thing with me about watching TV is that like that's the reason why I've fallen so hard into like just watching YouTube and like Game Grumps and like Let's Play bullshit, because like that's shit that I can like I'll focus on it for like a minute, but then like I'll pop out to like look at my phone or go do other shit here, like chores in the apartment and whatever. They can't quite do that with Shirokuma Cafe. Like I have to like I want to watch it, but like I'll have to wait until I can like fucking like set aside like a few 20 minutes or whatever to watch an episode to like focus on it so I can like read the subtitles and everything.
It's probably dubbed somewhere. It's just Crunchyroll is a very like weeby website, so they don't bother.
Right. And I'm also not paying for it. Maybe like if I paid for the subscription, maybe they'll allow me to like listen to it in English. Maybe.
I'm sure you can just find it in English, and it's not like a show where you should have to really pay attention, anyways.
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of animals kind of hanging out.
Yeah, right. No, it looked cute though, and I think I watched the first episode and I quite liked it. It was just that, right? That like for me to like actually like get a sense of even like the tiniest sense of what's going on, like I do have to read the subtitles. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
So not to bring up the fucking movie Spiral again, because I don't want to do that, but I kind of do. So on Thursday night, I had a lot of coffee, and I think that like triggered weird vertigo in me that I hadn't like felt in a while. And I experienced vertigo, whatever, right? It just happens sometimes. But like it stayed for like a while. So I just kind of like hung out on my couch for a bit, and I just I was watching like YouTube or TV or whatever. Maybe there was like a basketball game that I was watching, and so like I saw a commercial for fucking Spiral again, which comes out this Friday, by the way.
Yeah. This comes out like 4 days, 4 days prior to this release, so you can go see it right now.
Right, exactly. Yeah. By the time that this episode comes out, Spiral will have already will have already released. But what I mean to say is that the trailer was fucking off. Like the editing of the trailer was fucking awful.
Was it a different one than the one we talked about last time? Okay.
Yeah, it's not really like a story beats trailer. You know what I mean? In the sense that like in the way that the other trailers that we've watched have been. But like I guess they were really trying to play into like the word spiral and like nail that home, because like every shot that they showed of the movie was like rotating on the screen. You know what I
Oh, that's
mean?
so nauseating, dude.
Yeah, and like I was already experiencing some vertigo, and like I kept looking at the screen, and like literally, you know what I mean? It'd be like the kind of trailer where they'll like show like 2 seconds of like a scene in the movie, and that scene would be like rotating on the screen, and then like it would pop to like a fucking like a slide of with some kind of bullshit, word,
Yeah.
right? Saying like death or
Yeah.
what will you do or whatever the hell. And that word, though, that phrase
That'll
will
be
also be
spinning.
like fucking rotate, yeah, spinning on the screen as well. I mean, this is fucking awful. Stop. you know?
Yeah, I don't usually get sick from real motion,
Right.
like from being on a roller coaster or a spinning
Yeah.
ride, but when I
Yeah.
have,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
simulated motion sickness, like in a video game, it does make me very ill, and I bet that trailer would.
Yeah, it fucking sucked, man. Like everything about this movie makes me not want to watch it, but at the same time
It's so
actually makes me.
interesting. It's so
Yeah,
interesting.
right, right. Like all the choices are so weirdly bad that
Yeah.
like it makes me curious to see what the movie actually comes out to be. I will likely be checking this dumbass fucking movie out
Yeah.
to some capacity. I'll try not to look at any of the fucking reviews for anything for it or anything before it
Mhm.
comes out, before I get the chance to watch it. Because I think, depending on how long it is, right? Like if it's like 2 hours 15, I probably won't. But if it's like an hour and a half to like 2 hours, I might. I probably will.
I wonder
But
if
yeah,
it's public. Probably not.
already. Oh, you're right.
I don't
Are you
know. I
are
can
you
look.
looking for it?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Owen has sent an additional
It's it's
image.
it's an hour 35.
Oh, that's not bad at
Wait,
all. I can
is
watch
this
that.
Oh, yeah, this is it. It's just the, oh my god, the movie poster is, like, so full of itself, I guess I would say. It's like it's all here, let me just send you a I'll
Yeah.
put this in the description too. It's like, Chris Rock, I think, in, like,
Oh
a
no,
very
dude.
foggy, like, crosswalk, and then there's a red light that's like that's the spiral,
Right. Oh
just
my
so to speak.
god.
Like, it looks like a like a diner at 2 a.m. kinda vibe.
Is this an original poster? It looks like a fan made type deal.
This is the
God
thing
damn.
that pops up when it next to movie length on the, Wikipedia, so
Right, right,
I'm assuming.
right. God damn, man. I don't know. I guess to me it really looks like a fan made thing because it.
It's shit.
Yeah, not only that, but like it's also like inconsistent with like everything, all the other promotional materials that they've released for
Yeah,
this
it's
movie. You know
so,
what I
like,
mean?
emo.
Yeah, and like right. Got spiraling out of control, says Cheyenne.
Thank you.
So it's just an hour. I can watch that shit, no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah, I'll probably watch with. I'll ask Cal Massey if he wants to watch it with me.
Oh,
Maybe
that's a
he'll be
good
into that.
that's a good partner for.
Yeah, yeah, maybe he'll be into that. Yeah, dude. So that's kind of what I have. Beyond that, this was a terrible weekend for sports for me.
Mm,
Celtics lost to the Heat yesterday. Spurs lost to Leeds 3-1, which is the second game, I guess, first league game that the new manager loses, which is unfortunate. They lost pretty bad, 3-1. And then Real España is playing the semifinal against Motagua. It's two legs, but they lost the first one, 1-0, and the game was atrocious fucking
damn.
game. So it's pretty bad. Not only that, but like H-Box played like a fucking asshole on the summit
Yeah.
qualifications.
Yeah, that I don't know, he could've played better, but whatever.
Yeah, H-Box played like Zane fucking won the whole thing again, which also just
Yeah.
like upsets me to no end. Yeah, so that's kind of what I had going on, dog.
I can talk about Resident Evil because 'cause I've been playing the
Oh
new Resident
yeah,
Evil.
yeah. Fuck, you're right.
Resident Evil 8, right? Resident Evil Village is the new one.
Right,
Uh, and I started playing it, and I do think it's pretty fun, but it is not a survival horror game, I
right,
guess I would call it. Survival horror is named after Resident Evil.
right.
So for the Resident Evil game to be like an action game, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And Resident Evil 4 is just like the perfect horror game, I think, ever. It's so good. Like, obviously, if they actually remaster it, they could improve some of it, but I think it just all works. Like, even the the shitty limitations kind of all work together.
Resident
And
Evil 1, you mean?
no, Resident Evil 4. I mean, Resident Evil
Oh,
1 is
Resident Evil
pretty good.
4. Okay, right. I've heard wonderful things about that game.
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is just like so goofy,
Yeah,
but the main character is like Leon is like an action hero. He doesn't care at
yeah.
all. He'll just
Right.
like blindly charge in at like these demons, and he's like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like if someone turns into a monster, Leon will just be like, "Time to teach this guy a lesson," right? Like he doesn't even fucking care. But then in Resident Evil 8, it's like when something scary happens, I think his name is Ethan, is the main character. He like screams like a human. He like freaks out, and it's kind of weird because it's like it's just a cutscene, and it's like I'm being told which part is scary
Right.
by the main character instead of just finding which parts I would find scary anyways.
Right. And then it's so
Like
weirdly inconsistent because then you just maybe your main character is like scared or whatever, or you're told your main character is scared, but then you'll just have a gun and like shoot everything anyway.
yeah, you just shoot everything. In Resident
Right.
Evil 4, you run out of ammo a lot more,
I was gonna ask if there was like a little bit more tension in RE4 because of how scarce resources are and whatever.
and you're also a lot like more cumbersome, like just to move and aim because it's like
Right.
a GameCube game. Like if you get
Not
surrounded, oh, go ahead.
no, not only that, but like also like it's like the clunkiness of the controls is also kind of like intentional, no? To like heighten
It's
that
like 10,
tension.
yeah, it's I mean, I think you like having weapon hotkeys would have been a good addition to RE4 because like
Okay.
when you pause the game, the enemy can't get you. It's not like Dark Souls, so having to pause and
Right.
switch weapons all the time is kind of annoying. But like, yeah, you can't really run away.
I was gonna because you can't when you're aiming to like shoot shit, you can't walk, right? Like you're like
No,
stuck in place when you're aiming to shoot shit.
yeah,
So like that adds tension to it. Like your the how limited your movement options are.
yeah.
Right.
So like,
Yeah.
it looks a lot sillier. Dudes are just like noodling you to death in the corner, but it
Right.
feels terrifying when you get surrounded in that game. Or if you walk into a room and you don't have as many bullets as the enemies there are, it's really scary. You know,
Dude, why the fuck haven't I played this game, man?
I don't know. It's awesome.
It goes for like $15 on the Switch eShop like every other month, I swear.
Yeah.
I should go ahead and try it.
In the new Resident Evil, it's like you get surrounded and then you get put in like a little cutscene, the same cutscene, like the getting attacked cutscene, where they like knock you down and hurt you, and then you get up and you have like some iframes, and you can kind of just run through everyone, and they just kind of glare at you. Does that
Right.
make sense? Because you're
Yeah.
so mobile and you can like
Right.
180 and you know, I don't know, it just feels like it's a shooter.
I was gonna say, yeah, like in terms of like your mobility and everything, and like mechanically, it mostly functions like any other like first person shooter would these days, doesn't it? Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it doesn't have. It's not like Call of Duty. It's not like ADSing with your scope, but there's a sniper. But like, you
Right,
can't just like perfectly snipe everything with a
right,
pistol.
right. But it's set up as in like you move and strafe with with the left stick, and you like move around with your right stick, and you can just like move around without any like issues or anything, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah,
and you can
yeah.
sprint. Like at the beginning, you're like the first right before you can use the gun. You think it's like his left hand like messed up. He loses a bunch of fingers,
Yeah,
and he's like freaking out, and then he just he just like braces the gun with his remaining fingers anyway instantly, and you can just shoot perfectly,
right.
like you can just shoot normally. And so it's like, well, that's a horrifying thing to happen to a person, like
Yeah,
that's scary to watch.
yeah.
But
Goddamn.
like gameplay wise, it never changed anything. I've never could
Right.
use the gun with those fingers, it wasn't my fault. It was a cutscene, so it's like
Whatever.
it never
Nothing
played
really changes.
scary. It
Yeah.
never played like I should have not messed up and not hurt this guy.
Right.
I don't know. It definitely is a fun game, but it's not like a creepy game to play.
Yeah. No, dude, for sure. I don't know. I've been getting more because I've been getting more and more curious about the Resident Evil games. Uh, I don't know. I guess when I was a kid, like I didn't really like understand that like horror could be like campy and like it can
Mm,
be like purposefully campy. You know what I mean? I just thought it was horror and it was supposed to be scary and like it would make me like uncomfortable to play or whatever. But like
yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of, like I saw Game Grumps play through the Resident Evil 3 remake, and that looked like really fucking cool. And I've heard incredible things about Resident Evil 4. And of course, I probably won't have anywhere to play Resident Evil 8 for for the foreseeable future. But like at least Resident Evil 2 remake and the Resident Evil 3 remake, I've been really like curious to play those, and Resident Evil 4 for sure too.
Resident Evil 1 is also it's pretty fun, but it is like super ultra campy.
Yeah, and even like the voice act, because there's like the era where
Yeah.
like people didn't really know how to voice act for video games, so this is kind of
No,
apt.
the rating is shit. It's
The
all
right, right,
it's not very I don't know. It is like Resident Evil 4 though, where you're like it's even amplified because you are at like fixed camera angles. So
Yeah,
trying to
right,
navigate and aim when enemies are sprinting at you is actually very tense.
right.
But it is like the silliest.
Did you ever play any of the fucking Dino Crisis games at all, dog?
No, it
It's
sounds
kind.
familiar, but I don't know why.
Well, it's a Capcom game, and it's essentially Resident Evil, except fucking it's
Oh,
dinosaurs
it's
instead of
dinosaurs.
zombies. Yeah, you're in like some facility where they're like cloning them or whatever for some reason, like very like Jurassic Park esque.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just dinosaurs instead of same bullshit, right? Like fixed camera angles and all that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think go play Resident Evil 4, go play Resident Evil 8. They're both pretty good. But Resident Evil 4 is definitely the best Resident Evil game they'll ever make, probably. I
yeah,
can't
right,
I can't imagine doing
right,
better. But
yeah,
yeah, I did feel like a little nostalgic for Resident Evil 4 playing the new one because you do have like the inventory system where
right,
like you have to play Tetris
yeah,
with your shit. You're like in a town and it kind of gives that same vibe. It
right.
is a village. Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was still cool. There are some things that work. The vampire mom thing is working really well. It's good marketing.
Oh yeah, holy shit, man. Aaron Hansen tweeted some bullshit that made me laugh. It said something like, "When I'm playing Resident Evil Village, I have to keep reminding myself to run away from Lady Dimitrescu
You're
instead of
right. Yeah.
instead of running towards her." Fucking, I saw something somewhere else that I wish I could remember where, but it said some bullshit like, yeah, Resident Evil usually scares me out of my wits, but Resident Evil 8 has big fucking tits."
Also,
But yeah,
I think Resident Evil is just like the Metal Gear kind of situation where you shouldn't try to like follow the story because it doesn't make
yeah, because
sense.
won't make sense anyway. Yeah, of course,
Yeah,
of
I
course, of
think that
course.
I think that's intentional, but yeah, I don't understand like the arching narrative or
Gotcha.
four for that matter. But like,
Right. Yeah, it seems. I don't know. It seems like. I mean, I have no idea, but like, never mind. I was gonna say like, I genuinely don't know how like the Umbrella Corporation can be like incorporated into these like villages.
oh, it's because like I don't think this is a spoiler to say, but like Umbrella is like apparently like an ancient cult or something. Like they're
Oh
from like the
shit.
beginning. The stone entryway has like the umbrella engraved on it in this like ancient
Oh
village. Like I'm not saying
yeah.
this makes sense or
No,
anything,
no,
but
of course.
that's like
So
the
like it's not okay.
justification.
Yeah, I guess my concept of the Umbrella Corporation was only that it was like this huge like lab that like was
Yeah.
intentionally doing shady shit.
No, but
Like
apparently
I
they're
didn't.
also like the Illuminati or something.
Right. Okay, I get it.
And also, I didn't play Resident Evil 7, which is a direct. This is like the same guy, so I think that would make more sense
Right,
if I had played it, right? Because I have no idea even what's happening at the beginning.
dude. Alex Hot just sent me a fucking, a trademark Alex Hot type meme, I guess. So he'll like send 9gag links, which are
Hmm.
often, if not always, broken. So like I guess this time he just like actually recorded the screen of whatever he wanted to send me with his phone.
Where he like
He's record
filmed his computer
he
screen.
yes, he filmed his computer screen. And so like the video is like a 1 second clip of like some asshole being like interviewed for like TV, but like the kind of interview where like it's out in like the public, right? And like there's like a billion, not a billion, but there's like a handful of other TV stations with like their own branded microphones
Hmm.
trying to like get words from whoever they're interviewing,
Hmm.
and like someone like sticks their microphone right into this person's mouth, right? Whatever, it's funny, but like the video ends and like I guess it goes into like a black screen, and so you just see fucking Alex Hart reflected.
It's,
You just
yeah,
see you
I
just
have to
see
see
fucking
this.
Alex Hart reflected recording his screen with his phone.
You have to post this, dude.
Fucking Alex Ha, man.
Shout outs
I'm
to
s-
Alex. Huh?
Shout outs to Alex Ha. I sent it to you over the WhatsApp. Yeah, dude. Um, I don't know. Very cool. Thank you for your insights on Resident Evil 8. Looks like a cool
Yeah,
game. I think if I had a means to play it, you see it, it's
I
fucking
just saw the video.
yeah, it's fucking funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyways,
Um, Yeah, I think if I had like a means to play it currently, I probably would go ahead and do it like as soon as I got out of school.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to play something like when it came out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Like,
think that's an exciting time,
yeah, of course, I
even though
get
there
that.
are. It would be cheaper to just wait. It's not like I was dying to play it, but I don't know. It was just exciting.
Yeah, there's something about the hype of getting a game right when it comes out, when
Yeah,
everyone else is
yeah,
talking about it and everything. No, 100%, I get that. I get that. Like Cyber Shadow is the last game that I've played and like really enjoyed, and I got it day one because I knew,
that's
you know what I
right.
mean.
Yeah.
I fucking knew it, so I get it 100%.
Yeah, the last thing I had gotten when it came out was Cyberpunk.
Oh no, man. Was that game ever like fixed to some
I
capacity?
keep
Are they
seeing
like
patch notes
fixing
on
it?
Steam, but like I don't
Okay,
know to what
right.
degree.
You haven't really like gone back to it. Did you ever finish the story
No,
even?
no, I got like soft locked in the last story mission, and I didn't want to
No
load the
way,
save
dude.
far back. Yeah, because I got mission critical vehicle stuck in like a telephone pole, like
Oh, I think
really.
you talked about
Yeah,
that and
it was
sent
really
videos, right?
stuck on a telephone pole, and it just when you got back in the car, it would just
It was
like
still there.
freak out and flip around, but I couldn't get it off.
Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. God
And of
damn.
course, all the stupid NPCs are like, "Yeah, the door's open, go through it." Oh my god,
Yeah. Fucking cyberpunk, man.
assholes!
Right.
that's a that's almost a
Can't-
blast from the past now.
I was gonna say, yeah, I can't believe that fiasco happened all the way back in like November of last year. Holy shit, dude. This
What an
was wild to think
experience!
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'll go back in like a year and see if they fixed anything, but it
Right.
probably needs like 5.
Yeah, no, because I'm thinking like a lot of the shit that like that guy Woodhawker talks about in his video, you know what I mean? Like how the way the NPCs are programmed, that's probably never gonna, you know what I mean? Like in the game that they promised in that original trailer, like that's probably never gonna happen. Like they can probably make the game less broken. But like, in that original trailer, how they talked about how the NPCs would have like their own specific routines and that kind of shit, like that'll likely never happen, right?
Yeah, I think I don't remember who said this, but someone, said that they wish there were actually no bugs just because it would show how bad the game actually is, even if all the
Right.
bugs are totally fixed. It's so boring and bland
Yeah.
and not a good sandbox that people
And
would
not a
probably hate it more.
and not a good like RPG either, right?
No, not
For
at
that
all. It's
matter.
not an RPG.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. It's not even an RPG. It's right. Yeah, so that's what I mean, right? So like even if there weren't any bugs or whatever, maybe like the story, I guess, could be kind of
Writing
good,
is
kind of cool.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like the writing could be kind of good, but I can in terms of like making it a game that people will actively want to go back to and play and explore and
Yeah.
everything, that probably would still be just as shitty as it is now.
It's gonna be like a monumental effort of fan patches and community if
Right.
they even get it off the ground.
Well, shit, dude.
Yeah.
All right. What have you fucking learned today, man?
I learned Spiral comes out for me soon. For you now, what are you doing still listening to this if you're not on your way to the theater
Go
going
watch.
to watch
Yeah,
Spiral?
go see Chris Rock be a detective and get tortured psychologically and possibly physically too.
Probably both.
Probably
That's
both.
Yeah, I'm assuming. What about you?
I learned that the fucking supermarket robot cost $35,000,
So
man.
much money.
God damn, dude.
Feed so many people with that money.
Yeah. God damn.
Tune in next week where Daniel will perform the whole episode while doing his jump rope routine.
Oh yeah.
Might be a little
Right.
loud.
Right. I have a special microphone coming in the mail for me to be able
Oh,
to
okay.
do that while
Deep
I'm
breathing,
jumping.
canceling microphone.
Yeah, but also like that I can like clip onto me while I'm jumping.
Oh, right. Like
Yeah.
a lapel mic.
Right.
Yeah, all
Matthew
right.
Peters, it's been a fantastic fucking time. Next
Yeah.
time we do this shit, I'll be out of school, so I'll probably be a lot more relaxed. Maybe have like additional shit to talk about and
Right.
whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
important that you finish it up.
Of course. All right, dog. Been an absolute pleasure, man.
Yep. I'll see you around.
Peace.